What is going on, guys? Made it out to the office today. Got some work to do in the office, obviously. Bunch of cases stacked up that we got to get taken care of. But some really great comments, questions about Wade Wilson. Wanted to throw a video talking about this because you know what? This is not over. There's going to be a lot to talk about and a lot to break down. And again, this is something that I'm really good at, educated about. I do this for a living. So post conviction stuff is my one of my specialties, as well as death investigation. So I love all this stuff. So first and foremost, death row. Now I was a corrections officer before I became a PI. I worked in maximum security confinement unit. I was also on the gang unit. Now back when I worked at the Department of Corrections, they had 23-hour lockdowns for death row inmates. That has changed as of 2022. It's up to 6 hours a day they can have for outside recreation time, up to 20 hours a week they have in the day rooms. They can go out and mingle with each other, as well as more phone calls and other things. However, the issue you have to keep in mind is that according to law enforcement, again, keyword is according to law enforcement. This is a whole other video I can talk about. Wade Wilson is what we call a security threat group, or an STG, or a gang member. And because of that, he may have additional restrictions in the Department of Corrections because of his custody level, because of his affiliation. And so that could affect some of his freedoms within DOC when he gets to Rayford or Union Correctional, FSP, all the names that we call it, out where death row is housed at, up in Bradford County, Florida, in that area. So it depends on how they classify him when he goes through uh, the reception center first, which is in Orlando. He can get the reception center, then he'll get shipped off to FSP. So that's typically how it works. Now, there were some comments about him wanting to be sentenced to death immediately. That is not the case. He wants to be moved from Lee County because Lee County is a terrible place to be if you are charged with a crime or convicted of a crime, because the sheriff's office there does not care about your rights. The sheriff there cares more about his clout on social media and his fame than he does about justice. Um, so I don't blame anybody for wanting to go to DOC versus a county jail, um, because there's a little bit more freedoms when you go to DOC. And that's why he wants to get moved immediately, because he has a little more freedom, can call family, can write, and things like that. So again, a lot to pay attention to. He's got another hearing coming up in September for some other unrelated charges. I know his attorneys are filing an appeal, from what I've heard, as is standard for death penalty cases. So there's definitely a lot to look into. As I see more, I'll dig into more. Probably going to do a podcast about this. I'm really excited to see what happens with this one. We'll follow along and see what happens. But as always, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Any questions, please shoot us a message, drop a comment, follow our YouTube. Our link tree is on our profile. Love all of you guys. Enjoy your day.